Hi, everyone, and welcome to Environmental Science, Pollution, and Solutions. My name is Zach Royal, and I am going to be your instructor for this semester. So, I want to start off by telling you a little bit about myself. This is my third year teaching at Rowan College, South Jersey. It's my first semester teaching for the Gloucester campus. I typically teach at the Cumberland campus. I have taught in the past both plant science and plant propagation, which is in the agricultural department down there. So, besides that, I work full time for a nonprofit doing habitat restoration work, mainly coastal work. So, I help build oyster reefs and restore shorelines and build wetlands. And prior to that, I worked in the private industry for an environmental consultant as an environmental scientist. And there I did site remediation work. So we'll touch on it a little bit in this course. It's essentially identifying the extent of pollution and cleaning up pollution or containing it at various sites in New Jersey. And I also did wetlands work, so wetland delineations. Other than that, I have a master's degree in biology, and for my thesis, I did work studying black bears and raccoons in the Pine Barrens. Right, I set up a bunch of camera traps and I tried to identify where they were. So that's a little bit about me. I kind of have a wide range or a pretty wide background in, like I said, environmental science and ecology. I've done a lot of work with different organisms and different ecosystems, so I'm hoping to bring some of that experience to the course. And what I want to do now is essentially go over the syllabus and go over Blackboard. So if this is your first time taking an online course, I want to make sure you're set up nicely so you know how to access everything. Or and even if not, if you've taken them before, I just want to show you how this course is set up, right? So if you're looking on the screen here, this is should be your Blackboard screen when you sign on, right, to this course. There it is right up there, Bio 10451, Environmental Science, Pollution and Solutions. Right, so I got a little welcome announcement for you guys, and that is telling you to watch this video. So if you look on the side here, you can see there's a couple of links that will be important for you guys. The first here is the syllabus. So if you click on that link, it will take you to our syllabus that we're going to be using for this course, as well as a course schedule, which is a separate document that I have included in the syllabus, and I'll show you guys in a second. Other than that, the main modules that you're going to be using are these learning modules, right? You've already accessed this if you're watching this video. And I have the course broken down, as I'll show, as we'll go talk about again when we look over that syllabus, broken down by week, right? So we're in week 1. You've already clicked on this. You're already watching that introductory video. The other important link is going to be the discussion boards. So this is where the majority of your work is going to be submitted. As we'll talk about, you'll have activities that you have to do. Most of the time, they are going to be article reviews, and you will post your responses to the prompts on the discussion board. So that's kind of the main stuff that you'll need to be accessing. Why don't we take a look at the syllabus right now, and we'll run through that, and I'll try and provide and make it as clear as possible for all of you guys. Right, so here's our syllabus. Again, this is Bio 10451, Environmental Science, Pollution, and Solutions. Right, I have some course information right up on the top, our start date, our end date, credits, etc. A description of the course that you would have found in the course catalog. My information, right? So I'm an adjunct. I do not have office hours at the college. However, I will be available through email and text or phone. Essentially every weeknight from 7 to 9 p.m. I will make myself available for your questions or anything like that. I will have limited availability during the day, right? I work that other job that I talked about, but you guys can email me at any time. If you need to call me, text me, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, so your textbook is Environmental Science, a Global Concern. Now, it is available at the online there at the link right there. There are also sources online where you could find textbooks. Now, the legality of them is probably in question. I know publishers don't like them, but textbooks are very expensive. And if you found one of these websites, you might be able to download the textbook for free as a PDF. I'm not saying to do this, but I'm saying that it could be done. So take that for what it is. With the textbook, we will, as I'm going to show you, it's required because I want you to have it. As when we look at the course schedule, you'll see that the lessons correspond essentially to chapters in the textbook. And I take a lot of the information from the textbook. So under each lesson, it'll have the corresponding chapter or sections that will help you to read. I'm not necessarily not going to check that you're reading the textbook. I encourage you to do it. Most of your work is, like I said, is going to be these outside articles, but it is going to help reinforce the material and it will help you study. So I'm encouraging you to, where I have it listed, read those chapters. I know not everyone enjoys reading, but it really does help you and it really does help reinforce everything. So grading, how are you going to be graded in this course? You're going to have 2 exams. Each exam is worth 200 points. You are going to have a series of labs, and I'll talk about them in a little bit, but you have labs where you actually be doing work, and they're worth 50 points each. You'll have 6 of them. And then there'll be lab demonstrations, which are essentially just videos for you guys to watch that demonstrate some sort of basically some sort of thing that you could do at home if you wanted to alleviate pollution in some way. So they'll be worth about 33 points each. And like I said, you don't have to do the activities, but I want you to watch them at least. Other than that, you'll have lesson activities, which I kind of talked about already. And each of them is worth 25 points. You'll have 8 of them, right? So all of that equals 1,000 points. And then I have the breakdown in terms of grading, depending on how many points you get. For attendance, this is an online class, right? So your attendance is really going to be making sure you're watching those videos. I have it set up so I can see who's watching and who's not. So as long as you're watching those videos, that's going to count as your attendance, right? So try to keep up with everything as you go along. You know, the great part of an online class is it's convenient, right? It's convenient for me. It's convenient for you guys that you can watch these videos at any time. You can do your work at any time during that week. But it does require you to be self-motivated and to be disciplined and making sure you're doing this stuff and keeping up with stuff. I can tell you it's really easy to fall behind. I've taken online courses before where I fell behind, and then it's a nightmare trying to catch up. So please, keep up with things. Try to stay motivated. If you're having trouble, reach out to me, and I'll try and help you out as best as possible. Taking this course is going to it satisfies, or you're going to learn several of these core competencies that we want you to develop by attending school here. And you'll see as you break down, we're going to increase your scientific knowledge and reasoning, and your written and oral communication, and your information literacy, right? And you can look at this at your own time. Okay, how is the course organized? As you've already seen, it's organized by week, right? So in that Blackboard, we can pull it up again if we need to. You're going to find separate folders for week 1, week 2, week 3, right? When you're on that week, if you click on that folder, it's going to have all the information that you need. Now, you know what? I might as well do it right now, right? If we go here is our learning module, right? We're going to week 1. And week 1 is going to be broken down into essentially everything that you would need for that week, right? So you're going to have 2 lessons each week. You click on the lessons tab, it's going to link you to your 2 lessons. You click on one of those and it'll take you to a YouTube link where I present the lesson. Right? I encourage you to take notes, right? Try and pretend like you're in an actual classroom or as best as possible. If you're taking notes, it's really going to help you learn as you go along. So those are your lessons. If you go back, you will have a folder for labs. We have no lab this week, so that is empty, obviously. Right? And then you'll have your folder for activities, and this is the stuff that you'll actually have to do, right? You'll have to do a lab, you got to watch your lessons, and this is the stuff where you would have to write something most likely and submit. So for this first week, you have 2 activities. The first is just an introduction, right? I want you to just say your name and what made you want to take this course. And then the other one is related to your first lecture that you're gonna watch, which is on science and skepticism. And if you see here, it has information on what I want you to do. So like I said, all these activities will take you to a discussion board, right? So if you're going to the introduction, you would click on here. It's going to link you to this discussion board. You're going to click on create thread, and then your subject, you could just put your name and introduction, and then there you go, you would do your introduction. And like I said, the description is up here. I just want you to tell me your name and what made you want to take this course, right? Pretty easy. Other ways to access that discussion board instead of linking from the folders, like I kind of showed before, you can go right to the discussion board on the side over here. So that's how the course is organized. Let me pull up your syllabus back, right? So like I said, you're going to have lessons. Almost all of them are going to be videos that you can watch. You'll have your activities. Most of them are going to be article reviews. So I'm going to have you read a short article that is related to the course material in some way, and then have you answer a question related to it, right? It's something to get you thinking about. It's always related to the course material. It might be something that I didn't really cover thoroughly, or it kind of delves into a topic more in depth. So it's just additional stuff that I think is beneficial for you guys to learn as we go through. And it'll help you learn the course material. Like I said, you're going to have your 2 tests throughout the semester. And then, so your tests will be done online through Blackboard. They're going to consist of matching, multiple choice, and short answer questions. They will be timed, but you'll have plenty of time to take them. If you have any questions on them, let me know beforehand. I will put out, excuse me, we will probably do that week of your test. We will do a review beforehand, or we'll have some sort of review, either a Zoom or I'll put out a video or something like that. Okay, labs. So this is a lab course. So except for your first lab, which is the air pollution lab, which I'll touch on in a second, all of your other labs are going to be done online using some sort of software or online simulation, all right? In your lab folder, I'll provide you a lab sheet that has the link to where you need to go and the directions on what to do, and it'll most likely have several questions for you as well to answer as you work your way through that simulation or whatever that lab is. They're not particularly too long. I've tried to keep them pretty short. I've tried to keep them as interesting as possible. So I think you guys will enjoy them. The first lab you're going to do is something that you actually have to do at home, and that's the air pollution lab. So what you'll be doing is you will be essentially setting up a very short type of experiment where we're going to be looking at indoor air quality, particularly particulate matter. Now, when we get to the week, there'll be more information. Essentially, we'll be creating little index cards that you'll need Vaseline or lip balm or chapstick that is we're gonna rub on there to collect particulates, and then we're gonna count the amount of particulates that we collected at different rooms wherever we live. We're gonna combine all this information. So you're gonna do that the first, technically week 2, right? You'll do that. You'll submit all your results. I'll compile it all, and then we're gonna analyze it. And there'll be, like I said, lab sheets that I provide to you to help you work through this and additional videos. But if you want to get a jump start on the materials that you need, I'd encourage you to do it now. They're listed here. You most likely have all of this stuff at home, or if you don't, you can get it really easily. And then I talked about lab demonstrations, right? Just videos for you guys to watch. Course technology, right? It's hosted on Blackboard. If you are having any issues or need any help, I have links there for you guys to access or contact people. And that brings us to our course schedule. So like I said, I have a standalone document that's listed under the syllabus there on your Blackboard. But the course schedule is really important. This is essentially what is going to be happening each week of the course. It lists your lessons, so your lectures that you need to watch that are going to be in that folder. Like I said, here is the textbook, the corresponding textbook material. So this would be chapter 1, section 1, and chapter 1, section 2. And most of these, I just have the entire chapter because I essentially cover the chapter. And again, you know, it's like I encourage you to read it. If you would ask me if it's required that you read the information, no, but if you do, it's definitely going to help you. So I have your lessons, your learning objectives. So essentially, what I want you to learn in that lesson, right? For this one, it's understanding the course layout, how to access stuff, right? How to contact me. And then your assignments. So we already looked at that assignment folder, right? You have your introduction that's on your discussion board and your evaluating information that's going to be on your discussion board. And I have the point totals for both. Everything, unless otherwise noted, is due at the end of the week. And the weeks for us go from Monday to Sunday. So by Sunday night, you need to have this stuff done. So that's essentially the course schedule. We do an introduction this week, right? Introduction to the class. We talk about science and skepticism and what environmental science is this week. And then we jump into the bulk of what we're going to be talking about, pollution, right? And solutions to pollution. So next week we'll go on air pollution. We'll talk about climate change. And again, here's the, like I said, here's the lessons, learning objectives, and then work that you'll have to do. So week 2 next week will be your airborne particulates lab that I already mentioned. That'll be actually doing the lab and getting the results and sending them to me. And then the following week, week 3, is where we'll actually analyze them, right? I'll give you that worksheet and I'll show you how to do that. And then you'll have your article reviews, right? So 2 pretty quick articles related to air pollution that you'll have to comment on. And that's your work for next week. And that's essentially how the class is going to run, right? So we took air pollution, we talk about climate change. You'll have spring break pretty quickly, which is nice. You'll come back from spring break and we'll talk about energy and energy sources. And then the following week, week 6, will be your first test. And like I said, that you'll have, once you sign on to the test, right, you have a test limit, or a time limit. Beforehand, before you take it, early on in that week, I will have some sort of review for you guys. And then after test 1, we talk about water for 2 weeks and different sources of water pollution. We talk about waste. And then you have your second test, and that's the course, right? It goes fast. It's going to go fast. But you can look more in depth at that in your own time. If you have any questions, let me know. Other important things, academic integrity, right? Plagiarism is cheating. Plagiarism is presenting other people's work as your own, right? So that is not tolerated in any college or any college course, right? So it is considered cheating, so don't plagiarize. Netiquette is just essentially be nice to each other online, right? It's an online course. Most of your interaction is going to be writing online. So be nice on those discussion boards. Very simple. If you need any sort of academic or student support, we have those services here at the college, and I have links and more information for you guys on who to access and where to look online to get that support if you need it, right? Or if you're having trouble, let me know and I can direct you as well. And that's about it. So that's the syllabus. I think that covers pretty much everything. Like I said, if you guys have questions within this, let me know. That my contact information is on there, right? My email, I give you my phone number so you can call or text me if you need to. And that's it. So I look forward to interacting with you throughout this course, and I think it's going to be good. So have a good first week.